just say this is pretty cool in here. There's no mist, but the trees are happy. Morning. I'm just going to try something slightly different. It's not the obvious place to come when it's windy, but in the New Forest at the moment, I'm just trying to catch a bit of the movement of the trees with the wind. Not sure whether it'll work, but it's always nice being out anyway. So I'm in Boulderwood near Lyndhurst in the New Forest in Hampshire. It's a pretty grey and horrible day, but pretty windy, and the trees are just starting to turn, so it should give some interesting colours. You see behind me the trees just started to turn, the heathers and the bracken has already turned, so I'm just wandering around handheld, trying to get as slow a shutter speed as I can. Really aiming at about a quarter of a second, I guess. With the R5 I can do that quite easily handheld, even with the 70-300. The IBIS works amazing. It's like witchcraft. So if you don't have that facility, then obviously pop it on the tripod, but I'm just trying to capture some movement in the leaves to create a kind of impressionistic feel to the pictures. We'll see whether it works. Hopefully it will. So I've come across this clearing, beautiful beech trees. Some are starting to turn, some aren't, some are really gnarly, some are really clean. Yeah, it's just beautiful. But at the moment, what I'm concentrating is this view up here. Because there's a bit of drizzle now, it's creating a bit of separation between the foreground trees and the background trees there. I'll show you what I've got on the back of the screen. You should be able to see what I've been doing. So you see the group of 3 trees on the left hand side of that image. On its own would be slightly imbalanced, but by keeping that trunk in on the right, I feel it creates a bit of balance. But it's a nice, really, really nice image. I like that. Yeah, shooting handheld. EOS R5 with a 70-300 with the adapter ring. Settings wise at the moment we are 6 to the second handheld, ISO 1250, f7.1. But I'll vary that a little bit either way just to get the histogram looking how I want it. There's quite often deer in this section. I'm just keeping my eyes open. I saw a white stag here about this time last year, and he led me off into the woods and I got lost for a couple of hours. Not a bad morning, but it was still not quite what I planned. That's what happened when you follow nature. Anyway, right, back to taking some pictures. Back again. Right, different section. There's some interesting, or I think they're interesting, group of trees. All the branches kind of leaning in the same direction. It's quite a nice pattern, visually pleasing anyway to me. with my blurry early morning vision. Some people, I watched a video of Nigel Danson's not so long ago where he was saying, walk around the woods and squint, and you can see compositions a lot easier. I don't need to do that. My early morning vision isn't that great, so walking around without my glasses on, I get the same effect. But if I flip the camera around, you might see what I'm looking at. So it's these trees directly in front of us that I'm looking at. If I just show you the back of the screen. It's a nice pair of trees, interesting trunks, nice anchor to the image. You can just start to see the start of autumn. You know that it's not summer because the heather and the brackens going golden brown, and there's flecks of orange leaves in the trees. So quite liking that. Can I just say, this is pretty cool in here. There's no mist, but the trees are epic. If I flip round, you'll see this beautiful, beautiful beach in front of me. Stunning structure to it. Now, how can I not take a picture of that? The structural pines in the background set against this stunning tree. Right, I'm gonna just take a picture of this baby. Alright, so moved around a little bit. So that's what I got. I'll pop up the processed image once I've done it. It'll probably appear just after here, probably with a little bit of cheesy music. I know how my wife likes the cheesy music that I put in, but I'm well pleased with this morning. Beautiful. Wow, that was a surprisingly successful outing. Some mist would have been lovely, but you don't need mist. The reason why mist is, often sought is because it gives the ability to isolate the subject, create a bit of separation between the subject trees or the scene and the background. Not essential,